So we're all here to share our ideas because we probably have companies who want to start. I'm going to try to make this as interactive as possible because I don't have the speech prepared. How many people here have ideas that they want to pursue? That's like 70, 80%. All right. How many of you guys are looking for a co-founder? All right, cool. That's about half of you guys. All right. So here's an idea. After IdeaKick, when we go home, what do we do next? How do we keep up with the people here, and how do we share our ideas online? So the idea is a site where you can enter your interests and your talents and your skills, and also a list of your ideas. And the point is just to get them out there so that people who are probably living on your block, you know, like all the people who are within a mile radius who might be excited about the same idea can find them so that you can quickly find your co-founder, you can find the right person that you should be working with. What are you guys are doing, what kind of tools are you using right now to publish your ideas? Anybody?
Napkins.
Napkins, right.
Most of the Hacker News.
Hacker News is a great tool.
I'm sorry, there's a site called Build It With Me.
Build It With Me, okay.
Something like that.
Alright. So, tell me about Build It With Me.
Okay, I think Build It With Me. Build It With dot me, yeah. And I mean, it kind of has what you're talking about, where you know you can put up a profile of what you do. You know, if you have interests, you can put them up like ideas. You can contact people with ideas, or you know, without ideas, you can see if they're interested.
Okay.
Cambrian House is a site that I used to just like. I was like, oh my goodness, you know, and I was like in love with it. But it was like one of the very first kind of crowdsourced content sites.
Okay.
That really was out there, you know.
All right. Cool. When I was about a month ago, I started thinking about startups, and I started thinking, you know, it would be really cool to build exactly these things. A social network where we can find each other based on our, not just our talents, but also our interests. A place where we can put up our ideas and people can comment on them. You know, have a little nice looking site with a video and some media on it. Like a portal for your idea so that you can easily share it. So that's, and then I found IdeaKick. This is the second meeting I've been to. The first one I came here because I saw the videos for IdeaKick and I wanted to meet Trevor. Because I think what you guys are doing here is pretty cool. And I wanted to build the tool that we can use to further you know, our agenda, which is to build a company, to get that idea going. It's called startedby.com. It's pre-alpha, but you know, you guys are all invited to start using it. So when you go home, I hope you check out startedby.com. Pretty excited about it. You guys will be the first users, so we're looking for feedback on the site and the interface and the feature set. If there's anything that you guys need, we want to build it out for you so that we can help enable you to get your thing started.
Are you, I guess, is there going to be any like feed functionality? So you know, I can ask for feedback and everyone will see it. You won't have to go like searching. Like if I have a new product or idea, I can post that and everyone will see it and be able to kind of comment on it. Or
yeah, one of the things it's not there yet. We don't yet have the homepage done. Everything else is done, but the feed is definitely an important piece. What we want to do is, based on the interests and the skills and even your location and even the ideas you've already put out, we want to help relevant ideas come to your homepage under feed so that you can see new ones come in and you can start talking and collaborating. Does that answer your question?
Maybe a way like where your ideas can kind of follow you. You know, it's almost like if I go, let's say I go to Zappos.com, and then right after that I log into my Facebook, and then I go to a site where they're serving up an ad with Zappos, you know, like I'll see the shoes that I looked at, and it's just kind of a creepy feeling, but you know what I mean? Almost like the experience where no matter where you are, that content is somewhere and it kind of follows you, like whether that be the Facebook experience where you go to Facebook and in there's an app that will list all your ideas or something.
All right. How many of you guys are using Facebook? Yes, that's most of it, right? All right. I should have asked that. All right. Yeah, I think integrating with Facebook is a key component here because it's got a lot of your information, including interests, and the ability to show that app on the Facebook would be a great idea.
Yeah, you should have asked like who's not using Facebook, and then we should have ridiculed that person.
Clobber them.
Yeah.
Actually, there's an opportunity if you get people's interests and skills.
Yeah.
That's a piece of information like Facebook doesn't really have.
Yeah.
So there could be an interesting, especially for like a small community of people that are actively engaged. You can get that kind of information. Facebook may be interested in like working with you, supporting you, promoting that particularly.
Right.
It's funny that you mentioned that because if you remember, like, who was using Facebook in like the first year or so that it was out? Anybody? Okay, a couple.
Nerd.
If you remember, there was like it was actually really. I remember using it at this time. There was this really cool functionality where you could like put in like what movies or music you were interested in, and then if you clicked on that thing, it actually showed you a whole list of all these other people that were interested in that too. And I remember thinking, I was like, this is really cool. Like, I don't know who any of these people are, but apparently we have this thing in common. Obviously, that doesn't scale over 500 million people because it's like the number of people to put down their favorite movie was Wedding Crashers is probably a large number. But, at least at first, when it was just, in the hundreds of thousands of users, like, that was a cool thing. Like, I remember using that a lot and, like, being like, I didn't know that there were that many people that liked that. And it was kind of like almost like a precursor to the like button. But there wasn't a point to that comment. I just made it.
Any other questions? Or I think we'll get more feedback once you guys are on the site. So Trevor and I have been working on this for 2 weeks, real hard, and I hope you guys love it. So check it out on startify.com.
Is it already launched?
Sign up.
What is it called? It's already launched?
Yeah, you guys can access it. If you go to the front page, you're not going to see much. It's going to be a beta page, but go to startify.com/signup. If you sign up on the beta page, we'll just contact you. We'll just sign up.
So I got to jump in here and tell part of the story. So there's an interesting part of this here. So for everybody in the room that's kind of sitting here saying like, I hope that maybe I can get something out of this. Like, Jay and I only met through this event. And like, if you're sitting here saying like, well, how are we actually going to get going on this thing? Like, we built the product in, a little more than 2 weeks. I mean, it didn't take all that long. And a lot of it was sort of came about because a lot of the feedback that people who'd been to this we had provided. They were like, what do we do next? What is like the next step? How do we follow up with people? How does like, what is the next thing that happens? And we got to thinking about, well, like, there's got to be this other thing that you can like interact with while you're at home before you have to come to the event. And we sat there, and again for 2 straight weeks we've been sitting here working on this like 16 hours a day till like 4 in the morning every night. But the thing that we're excited about is that like it's really built for. I mean, beyond this, we're hoping to obviously get it beyond just this group, but it's really built first and foremost for you. Like, we want you to be able to kind of like find that other person, find that other, that idea that you're passionate about, and actually go forward and do something with it. I mean, we can all sit here and talk to death, but at a certain point, like, we want to go out and actually do something and like create some change, create some product, create some, movement, whatever it might be that you're interested in. And so it's funny that like we can almost tell this story because it really couldn't be a better story about the utility of an event like this other than saying like this happened. So we're really hoping that everybody has that experience, and to that end, we're hoping this app helps you do it. So that's my plug for it. Anyway.
All right, sweet. That wraps it up. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks.